So by that experiment, we can conclude that DNA is responsible for the transforming of rough strain bacteria into smooth strain bacteria. But what is the proof of that? That the DNA is responsible for the transforming of smooth strain into rough strain bacteria. So after some time, another scientist comes up with their proof that DNA is responsible for transforming rough strain bacteria into smooth strain bacteria. So let us discuss about that experiment by which it is proved that DNA is responsible for transforming rough strain bacteria into smooth strain bacteria. So the experiment is proof that DNA is genetic material. This experiment is proof that DNA is genetic material. So if someone asks you that what is the proof that DNA is a genetic material, so the experiment of Hershey and Chase is the proof that DNA is a genetic material. Now what they does or not, what they do, they take smooth strain bacteria and now what they do, they take one of bacteriophage. So what is bacteriophage? Bacteriophage is a virus which infect the bacteria. So this is the bacteriophage, which means they infect the bacteria. This kind of virus known as bacteriophage. What they do? They labeled these molecules of protein and genetic material called nucleic acid by the radioactive substance. They labeled the protein with the sulfur 35 and nucleic acid with the P32. So here the capsule of bacteriophage is made up of protein. So they labeled this protein with the sulfur 35 and nucleic acid which is present inside the protein. They labeled them with the P32. Now what they do? They allow this bacteriophage. They allow this bacteriophage to infect E. coli bacteria. Okay. Then after some time, they take this culture and gently grind into a blender. Means after infection, they take this culture of this bacteria and grind into blender very gently. Then they centrifuge this culture to know that what is inside the cell and what is present outside the cell. So after centrifugation, what will happen? Two things will produce. First one is a lightweight bacteriophage or RNA in a supernatant, and the bacteria which highly weight having a present in a bottom side called as a pellet in a bottom. At the end, what they found? They found that the bacteria E. coli found in pellets is having radioactive DNA, which means the DNA is present inside the cell. And look at here, this is centrifugation tube. What that does? Take culture and centrifuge them. After centrifugation, he found that high weight molecules of bacterial cell at the bottom known as pellet, and lightweight virus bacteriophage is present in supernatant. So they found that in pellet, bacteria having radioactive DNA, where the protein, this sulfur 35, is found in supernatant. So it is conclude that. So they conclude that a protein which is found in supernatant, it is not entered inside the bacteria cell, and the P32 DNA or nucleic acid is found inside the E. coli, which is responsible for the transforming of the genetic material from virus to E. coli. Okay, so this is about a proof that the nucleic acid is a genetic material and protein is not. Now we understand that genetic material is responsible for the transforming of characters from one generation to another generation. But what are the characters of this genetic material should have? Okay, so first character genetic material should be have is able to multiply, make replica. Means genetic material should be able to make a copies of themselves, so he can go from the one generation to the another generation. Then another property of genetic material, the genetic material should be stable. Means it should not be like a highly variable during a replication. Now third property of genetic material is it should be provide chance for evolution. In second property we say that it should be stable. Means genetic material should be stable. Means not very much variable, but at the same time genetic material should be give certain chance to the organism to evolve, to for the variation and for the evolution. So genetic material should be have a stable or stability, but at the same time they also have they should also have a chance, give chance to the variation and evolution of the organism, to the organism. Now last property or fourth property of the nucleic acid or the genetic material, that it should be express itself in the form of Mendelian genetics or Mendelian character. We shown in last chapter that characters are passing from one generation to another generation by Mendelian principle. What are their principles? There are three principles. First one is the principle of segregation, another one is the principle of dominance, and third principle is principle of independent assortment. So genetic material should be follow the Mendelian principle. Now what are the genetic material, or what are the nucleic acid? There are two types of nucleic acid. We know that RNA and DNA. We have already seen a difference between RNA and DNA. Here RNA is less stable, where DNA is more stable. If someone asks you that why DNA is less stable and why RNA is less stable and DNA is more stable, so the answer we know actually that in RNA ribose sugar is present, and in ribose sugar one oxygen is less at the carbon number 2, where in Here hydroxyl group is present in RNA at the second carbon, where in DNA on the second carbon one oxygen is less, here less, without oxygen. So here we can say that oxygen is a highly reactive, and this hydroxyl group makes RNA to more and more non-stable, where this less oxygen deoxy sugar makes this DNA more stable. Alright, so the next is RNA. This RNA, we know that RNA is less stable and DNA is more stable. So here DNA is more suitable for the genetic material. But during primitive life on the earth, there was only RNA present, which is less stable. So it provide a chance, very high chance to the evolution. And after that, RNA is evolved into DNA. During primitive life on earth, there was only the first organism found on the earth which just have RNA into protein. RNA is covered by the protein, which is a first organism. First organism or first life on earth. So what is the organism here which is firstly present on the earth, which is RNA enclosed by the protein. So this is known as RNA world. So alright, now we already discussed that what is the structure of DNA. DNA structure. The proof that DNA is the genetic material means search for the DNA. Properties of DNA. Now we know the properties of DNA, in which we firstly said that DNA, it should be able to make replica, means the genetic material should be able to make replica. So DNA is genetic material and it should be make copies of themselves. Okay, so now we will discuss about this processes, that how DNA makes copies of themselves and how they make RNA and proteins from them. We know that the structure of DNA is discovered by Francis Crick and James Watson in 1953. But the another side of this coin, this discovery of DNA structure have two side. It's like two side of coin, where first side is structure of DNA, and then later Francis Crick also proposed one theory that suggests that how DNA makes copies of themselves. So they said DNA or genetic material makes RNA and DNA. RNA, DNA, and from RNA, protein is made. RNA makes protein. So Francis Crick said that the nucleic acid is make proteins. So, and after Francis Crick, we discovered that DNA makes RNA. DNA makes RNA. This process known as transcription. RNA makes protein. This process is known as translation, and DNA makes copies of themselves, known as DNA replication. And this theory that says that how DNA expresses themselves into a protein, different kinds of protein, and then later this theory is named as central dogma of molecular biology. So, what is the central dogma of molecular biology? Central dogma of molecular biology says that how DNA expresses themselves into a protein, or how the genetic material expresses themselves in a cell or different organism. So, how they express? First, they make copies of themselves, means DNA makes copies of themselves, known as DNA replication. Secondly, DNA makes RNA, known as transcription, and RNA makes protein, known as translation. So now in next class we are going to discuss about these things, that how DNA makes copies of themselves, known as replication, how DNA makes RNA, known as transcription, and how RNA makes protein. So in next class we will discuss about replication, transcription, and translation in a DNA. So this is for today. Thank you, students.